Hi, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Janine Between the Lines, Literature and Lifestyle for Leisure. Please don't mind my tone. I don't know how to describe my mood right now. I'm feeling pretty mellow. I'm also feeling a little bit lazy, but lazy in a sense where I don't want to tackle the adult things that I have to take care of today. So I just thought, why don't I sit in front of my mic and just start recording? Kind of see what happens. I mentioned in the last podcast that I was going to give you guys a life update because there's a lot been going on. Just for those of you that are, concerned with that or actually give two envelopes of a care, but just thought I'd make it a little casual. Everyone loves their OTTs. OTT. I have to be careful with that because I kind of just woke up and my coffee is not splattering because it's in a covered container. But I'm in my new office, like I said, and I just thought I'd kind of, debrief you guys what's been going on, what's new in my life. At first, I wanted to make this a car article, but, I just thought, what actual better time could there be? So, half of this episode, half of this OTT will be a life update, but the other half of it is actually going to be really exciting because I have my bestest friend, Abby, who will be joining me for the second portion, which is a fun little tag that I've just conjured up. Searching the interwebs. It's going to be kind of an episode of firsts. Isn't that exciting? That's kind of juicy, right? I shouted that out on Twitter. I was like, I kind of want to do something juicy and talk have a little girl talk with someone. So, if you're excited to listen to the rest of this podcast, please like and share. Leave me a review on Apple Podcasts, even if it's just a few stars. And yeah, I love you guys. Thank you, as always, for supporting. And I hope you enjoyed this episode. At first, I didn't really have a structure on how I wanted to give you guys an update. I kind of listed like the 4 spheres of my being, like my personal life, professional, spiritual, and all that. And I had a very, very skeleton structure on the things that I wanted to mention. But I guess I'll call this podcast something like the question podcast, because I found this self-care 25 self-care questions to ask yourself every day. And this is from her view from home, stories from the heart of every home. I'll link this below because I kind of really enjoyed this. And I think that these 25 self-care questions that I'll kind of do before the guest portion, it kind of hits everything that I wanted to update you guys with. So this is kind of a throwback. Do you remember my first episode? And I was just like answering a bunch of questions that I made myself. But this is the 2021 Janine update. So let's start from the freaking top. There's 25, but I won't go, this won't be, I say that, then it's going to be like a 2-hour long episode. But okay, number 1, how do I feel at this moment? I feel okay. Like I said in the intro, I'm feeling a little mellow. I have a handful of things on my to-do list to get done. But right now I feel pretty all right. Hasn't been the best past few months. If we're talking like spans of time, I've been stressed. I've been better, but I also have had really happy moments and happy times too. So right now I'm all right. I'm just doing okay. Number 2, what do I crave in life? I crave exploration, which, you know, I think that we're going down the right track. Teddy and I actually have a few trips planned, so I think that that is going to help relieve my need for kind of venturing out. We moved here to Maine, and of course, coronavirus plus winter kind of kept us in for a bit. So let me tell you, the moment that spring hit, I was like, oh, it's spring. It was still like 39 degrees, but the sun was shining. I was just outside, like, oh, this is what I needed. I can't believe how much a seasonal shift like affects my well-being and my mood overall. So yeah, I've been craving kind of traveling. I'm really excited. I'm really hopeful that, our society and our country are making the right moves towards, safely being able to do that again. So I crave that, and I'm going to get my fix in the next few months because we have a trip to Mississippi coming for a wedding, and we also have a trip to California. And after that, we might be heading on over to Maryland or Florida. So I'm excited. What makes me the happiest? The happiest right now is just soaking in, buying this new house and, starting this new life. Teaching has really made me happy. Starting that, I started my teaching job last week and it was pretty awesome. It was so weird. I keep telling everyone this story, but I'm still in school. I don't graduate till probably December, I think, if I stay the path. And it was so funny because all of the students were joining right on the dot, and I joined the class myself. And you know how usually you turn your mic off and um, turn your video off until everyone's there, like when you're joining a class, and the professor is usually like they have theirs on. I joined with my mic off and my camera off, and I was like, oh crap, I'm the one leading this thing. Like, I have to show myself first. That is super weird. So, yeah, I was an awkward turtle probably for the first 5 minutes or so, but I feel like I'm getting in a groove and it's a really exciting new thing to navigate. So, and you know me, like, I find happiness in finding 7,294 other things to do. I can't just chill. That's not my self-love language. Like, I love being fulfilled by servicing others. Like, I will do that until I'm exhausted and wonder why I'm exhausted. So, that is actually making me really happy, which leads into, there's 2. What are the positives in my life and what am I thankful for? Positives, got the whole professional thing going. What am I thankful for? I'm thankful for a lot. I am thankful for a lot. Too much to explain, really. I'm thankful for my friends. I'm thankful for all the love I feel every day from them and my family. I'm thankful for, having a roof over my head, you know, just the little things. Um, what brought me joy today, this week, this month? Teddy is the best man at one of his best friend's wedding, and he just recently had the bachelor party come over to our house, and they had their bachelor party here in Portland, Maine, and I got to spend time with one of the groomsmen's girlfriends who's also one of my best friends, and we had a really great time together. Very not why was I about to say sobering? Like, it was like some big realization. No, it was just like, when you spend time with someone whose values and like, we have different personalities, but it's hard out here, guys, like finding new friends that you can be like you relate to on a whole bunch of levels. Yeah. Our energies are kind of like I think they're complementary. And the whole weekend just felt like a productive, tiring, hungry. We have the worst breakfast lunch. Lunch? Wow. Maybe I'm hungry. We have the worst breakfast luck. So if any of you guys are ever on a trip with us, don't ask us to pick the places for breakfast or brunch because we will never find a place. But that is something that, that brought me joy this month. Just having them all around and being able to spend time and have girl time with someone. Loved it. Okay, what am I putting off? I am putting off a discussion board that is due tomorrow at midnight. I am putting off doing dishes. I'm putting off cleaning before Abby gets here. And I am putting off my taxes because the deadline just got pushed. So, as a travel nurse, that is like the one thing that I just never look forward to. So, that's what I'm putting off. What are you guys putting off? Tweet me or comment on my post on Instagram. What is making me feel down? So that was something that I kind of wanted to get not too much in depth in, but I've been having a really hard time with stress management and a somewhat new um, kind of diagnosis of anxiety, acute anxiety, kind of brought on by all the stressors that's going on in my life. So that has had me feeling a little bit down at certain times this month. Trying to manage that in the most consistent way, or shall I say, not being able to manage that in the most consistent way has had me down. And it's kind of a learning process that I'm trying to navigate. That combined with kind of my body image, I think I've talked about this before. That and, my self-esteem hasn't been the highest despite my efforts. I've been working out more consistently, but having a sit-at-home job for 13 weeks, I don't think it was for me, sis. I feel like a log, and I am excited to get back in the hospital. That's a life update too. I will be working at Portsmouth Regional for another 13 weeks. So excited to be back in the hospital, kind of have more patient interaction and kind of get moving more than before so that I can, actually start to see some results. I'm such a fluctuator, dude. And I feel like until I can find something sustainable, I'm going to always have these ebbs and flows of my weight loss and weight gain. And it's just something I've been dealing with. So those are a few things that have been making me feel down. What do I love about me? I love that I wow. It says a lot that I can't just like say something off the bat. I love that I do love that I am a hard worker and I'm very goal oriented. I pride myself in those things. Who makes me feel my best? I think Teddy makes me feel my best, even when I'm super down. He always finds a way to lift me up. What is my mantra? Do I have a mantra? I don't think I have a mantra. I probably should. You guys should let me know what your mantras that you live by are so I can live by them too. Do I follow the advice I give to others? You know what? Yes, I think I do. And I'm very vocal about not knowing. If I'm not experienced in something, then I don't give advice about it. But if I'm giving advice to someone, I think that you it's pretty much assumed that I've been through that too, so I know what my experiences were in order to relate to that and give the best advice. But yeah, I think I do follow the advice I give to others unless it's like something no, I'm going to say that I do. When something recently didn't go my way, what did I learn? Um when something didn't go my way. It's again, this is part of the whole learning process for me, but something that I learned is that I just need to learn to let go of the things that are out of my control because I am a control freak. If I had time, what would I do? I would well, it ties into I was about to say, it's not the time that I feel. Well, actually, if I have more time, what would I do? I would try to spend more time with myself, um, getting back to enjoying reading books I love and just giving me some me time. If I had money, what would I do? If I had money, I would just furnish the crap out of this whole house. My main focus right now is furnishing the office, and it's so exciting. Guys, I love being a homeowner and being able to do what I want. The only thing that sucks is not having resources like a landlady to be like, hey, my dryer's broken. Please help fix. Thanks. Not my responsibility, but thank you. But yeah, I love being able to like put things that I want here and know that I'm not going to be like moving all of this stuff in the next like year or two. It is so comforting. What new activities do I want to try? So I spring is approaching. I really want to get back on the water and that's not a new activity. Kayaking isn't a new activity. Um, I want to try. Oh my God, I don't know. I was about to say non-aspirational, but I guess one thing I want to dabble back into, I'm looking at them right now. I've been slacking and making my little intros. So I want to dabble back into playing guitar. That's a new like learning activity I want to do. Where have I never been that I'm dying to go? Um, you know, it's still Australia and New Zealand is still number one. I'm speaking that now. I want to go there next year, 2022, New Zealand. It's going to happen. What scares me? How does it hold me back? Um, Failure scares me. And how does it hold me back? I honestly don't think that the fear of failure holds me back. I think that it motivates me almost to a fault where I have these expectations of what I should be doing, what I should be accomplishing, and I do everything in my power to not let that happen at the expense of my own mental, physical, and just I don't want to say social, but mental and physical health are what pays for my desire to be a success in everything that I do. Do the people around me make me feel energized? Sometimes. Sometimes. That's why I'm excited to start being a teacher. And hopefully, with COVID restrictions coming down, we could actually meet in person. And then I will actually have coworkers when I start in the hospital again because Teddy works almost too much. And usually, when he comes home, he's all tired. So then that makes me want to relax and be tired. So, yeah, I'm hoping that in the next few months, I'll feel energized around a bunch of like minded people, hardworking people to keep me motivated. And I'm on a good streak right now. I have a lot of people in my corner that are pushing me, but in a good way. So that's good. We're almost done, guys. When is the last time I gave back? Oof. Well, I am not sure. Gave back. I'll have to put that on my to-do list. I need to incorporate more of that in my life. Who or what inspires me? Um, I will say one podcast that I've been newly listening to is What We Said podcast. My friend Cass introduced that to me, and it's JC Marie Smith and Chelsea Jade Curtis. They're very inspirational. Um, I listen to their podcasts and they kind of remind me of like how in my OTTs, like we talk with friends, but they are both co-hosts and they are actually, I say actually not, as a degrading, like I expected them to be any less, but they are very articulate and motivating. Yeah, they're both entrepreneurs, that LA life, beautiful, trendiest styles. And yeah, they've inspired me to kind of stay on top of this podcast and, love myself a little more. So that's good. What do I need to heal? I need to heal my image of myself. I think it was a few days ago, Teddy had a talk with me and he was like, I told him, I was like, well, I think that I'm not doing this right. He was like, Janine, we already had this conversation. Like the image that you see in your brain of yourself, like I don't like it. And he's right because I just, for the past few months, it hasn't been the greatest in terms of like, valuing myself and seeing my self-worth. And I think I need to heal that part of me. Is there negativity that I can cut out of my life? So while I was in the midst of that and kind of having a crisis with my body image and self-esteem, I deleted my Instagram for a little bit just because Instagram and social media presences, they toe a fine line of being motivational or being detrimental to like your own standards. And I was hitting that latter that latter side. So I just needed to cut out all of the beautiful pictures and images of people's bodies and their smooth skinned faces and all the places they were going and all these beautiful houses. Because, yeah, it sets up a weird standard in your mind and you want to meet that again. But yeah, I just needed a little less exposure. And social media detoxes are so necessary. I can't even explain. Um, am I making time to be social? So, yeah, where I can, I am. I don't think I'm lacking in that department. We have a few huge events coming up. So I'm so, so excited for that and to be around all my loved ones. And finally, do I have enough quiet time? Yes, I think I definitely do. And one thing that I was prioritizing or have started to prioritize is me time. I was in the thick of a really like sad breakdown, and I told Teddy, I was like, I'm going to run away. I'm going to take a bath. I lit a candle. We already were pretty stocked on our bath bombs. So, um, you know, threw a bath bomb in there, lit a candle. And I took like a good hour just like detoxing and just I brought in and I put my laptop and put some relaxing music on and It you just never know how beneficial time alone and time to reflect or just relax your mind is needed, especially in kind of high stress like environments and situations that I put myself in. So I've decided that self-care days or self-care nights are essential and I knew that they were, but I wasn't putting it on the forefront of, my days or my weeks or setting aside like actually putting a block of time in my agenda to do that. So I have bought like 5 different face masks to target all of Teddy and I's skin problems and we have been really taking time to kind of just unwind and make sure that we're taking care of our skin and having pamper days. And like my ideal situation is like I've got a face mask on. Yesterday I used one. It was a First Aid Beauty ginger and turmeric like brightening mask. And oh my God, my skin felt so good. But having a mask on and reading my book is just that's goals right there with like a cup of tea in my robe. That's where it's at. That's really where it's at. But yeah, that's pretty much my life update. I hit everything that I wanted to in my little structure notes section. How have you guys been? What are some things that, you've been struggling with, and what are some things that you're like trying to actively do to tackle it? I know everyone said 2020 was the worst. 2021 is better, but it's still a struggle because we're all trying to climb up from there, right? Like I have this vision in my head that, it's going to be, maybe that's part of the reason why I'm like, my standards are too high. I'm like, this year has to be better than last year. Going to get so much done. Going to freaking rule the world. But, I got to tell myself, slow down, Janine. Just slow down, slow down. You're too much. Slow down, slow down, slow down, slow down. So, yeah, just a friendly reminder to anyone else who's struggling out there. You gotta put number one first sometimes. It's not all about getting things done and being productive and being successful. You just gotta live. I suck at just being in the moment and not think about what's coming next. So yeah, use today's podcast as a reminder to put a face mask on, or take a nice bath, or take a little time to meditate on your day today, or tomorrow, or the next month. And yeah, you're welcome.
People say, never mind.
You can say it. Just say it. If it's bad,
if I'm like eating with people or studying and then I take a drink of water or something, people say I'm a really loud swallower.
That's why I put a ring on it.
Yeah.
I don't think that's ASMR anymore. That's horror.
Oh god.
Have you ever been recorded on anything before? Were you a morning announcements elementary school?
Yes.
You were?
Yes, I was, yeah.
Were you like anchor, or were you just one of the guests to read the menu?
I think I did Pledge of Allegiance once. I read once, but most of the time I worked in the background.
Oh, you did the volume? So did I. WLSE. What was your station? Did you not have it? Don't you
remember.
You're about to make it up. I saw that face. Oh,
I was gonna say WHYE.
WHY.
Why?
You're so weird.
Oh, is this it? Are we starting?
I mean, yeah.
Oh, I thought you were testing it again.
We'll call it what it is, dude.
Just this is the real thing?
Yeah, it's the real thing.
Oh.
Usually I have like a spiel.
And
I'm like, introduce yourself. Do you want to? You want to tell them? They know who you are.
They know who I am.
Okay.
I need no introduction.
You really don't. You know what I wanted to ask like earlier, but then I was like, I'm gonna say
you get away from the mic.
It relates. I was just going to say, I'll hear my dryer. Make that.
Should I describe?
ASMR. Okay, this is what I was going to ask you. Because we were watching New Girl. Do you think if we met now, we would be best friends?
I think so.
I think so.
We're both very openly weird.
But not at first. Yes, we
were.
I think so too.
Yeah. We definitely. I think you're very open to being weird in front of people when you first meet them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not. So if I saw you do, I'd be like, all right, let's go.
Full send. Well,
just kind of send it.
I was about to say I don't have a structure. I did record half of this before you got here.
Oh, that's kind of rude.
Come on.
Just Half of it. That's a really long warm up.
It's
It's not good.
It's a day ago. Before you got here.
Oh God, a day ago I was already here.
Oh no, 2 of them. Oh, but I wanted. That kind of has a Scandi title. My first time.
No.
That's not what this is about.
But is it?
I mean,
It
kind
can
of.
be.
When I look at my what did they call it? The analytics of my podcasts. 9 times out of 10, the OTTs where I have my friends on have the most views. Yeah. And I got some actually really great feedback from one of my. Do you remember Franklin? Did you know Franklin? Oh my God, I'm the worst. I was about to say he went to Darnell, but we definitely went to middle school together. I think I've told you about him before.
The name sounds familiar.
Yeah. Also, yeah.
I'm sorry if Franklin's listening.
Sorry,
and
Franklin.
he knows me. Yeah, I know him.
I actually don't think you guys have personally met, but I also, if you feel weird about saying names, we don't have to say certain names. But he listens.
Branklin?
Codename Branklin. He'll never know who we're talking about. But basically, he told me he was listening to my first OTT with JE, and we did a sibling tag.
Oh.
Yeah, he loved it so much. He was like, that was probably the most endearing shit I've ever heard. Yeah, so he went home. I sent him the questionnaire, and he did it with his sister. Yeah.
Aw, that's cute.
I could only imagine what you and Queen Jazz and Elaine.
It would be bad.
It would be a fiasco.
I don't think we get past like a few questions
without it getting heated.
Well, because you know how people used to make on Facebook, like like the notes, the notes. Yeah. So I think one of them just recently came up in like you know how Facebook just sends you on this day.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So there was one that I put as a status, and it was like identify your siblings or something. Most of them were answers about me, and that's just all of those questions were geared towards like, who's the most spoiled, who has the worst temper.
You were a rebel.
Yeah, they didn't stand a chance.
That's the youngest child syndrome, I feel like.
Youngest child syndrome.
But you know what I used to tell all my friends too?
What?
Like, you and I think we related heavily because our parents were so strict.
Yeah, 100%.
But we were different because you were a firecracker, dude. You did not. I don't think you took any shiz.
Okay, so I was a firecracker in that I was fighting and quote unquote rebelling for things that normal American teens like have.
Yeah, or like wouldn't get in trouble.
Yeah, like staying after school for chorus practice.
Yeah.
Or going to the library like downtown or something.
That is true.
So I wasn't a firecracker in the normal sense.
Yeah.
I was just like a firecracker, like a very mild one.
On the Asian standard, you were. Yeah, because I was just super passive. And
you're like, okay.
I think we felt the same anxieties, but my way of dealing with it was just accepting it. But you were expressive, which no one would expect because you're, what, 3'9"?
Oh, it's very generous.
I'm 2'1".
Oh God!
Plot twist: you live in the crawl space.
Plot twist: other parts of me are taller.
Oh, he's
Never
packing.
Good parts of these be edited out.
No.
Oh dear. All right, it's only 7 minutes. We can sacrifice that.
Are you excited?
Yes.
You better be.
All right.
Look how girly this looks. So, everyone, we're gonna do a my first time 30 questions tag. And I like this one because, you know what else I was gonna ask? Do you feel like there's a lot that you don't know about me?
Yeah. See, at this point, we've spent more time out living our own lives than we have. Like, more of our friendship at this point has been out in the adult
Away.
world. Yeah,
Mhm.
apart. So I think there's a lot.
I think there's a lot too. I think there's. Oh, I'm not sad, but it's just weird growing up.
Because
Yeah.
it's not something we really think about either. Because you don't know what you don't know. It's fine. That's what this is for.
That is true.
There's a very surprising story about me and a giraffe.
Stay tuned. The explicit version. Oh God! What have you done? Oh, that is so weird to think about. Because you're right. Like when I went and sent you off with your family to USF, just in general, all of the stories in between you going to a different college, plus, I mean, after that, we were never really together.
Yeah.
I visited you once in Tampa.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and then,
And then me once to Orlando.
Yeah. But, that makes it. And even after that, I think we see each other at least like once a year. It's been way more frequent.
Because we're both up here.
I think since, when did I go to Nashville? 2018? I think so. I graduated 2018.
Okay.
But I think we had a spur of time between like 2017 to like whenever you went to USF. I think we barely saw each other.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I think there could have been at least a year where we didn't.
Yeah. Weird.
Yeah. Weird. Should we start that over again?
No. You're never leaving. You said you're moving
I did move
here.
in. Both of my animals are here.
Yeah.
So that's all I need. I have the car.
Dale's in Spain, who knows? Just gonna freaking set up shop.
Yeah, and then just casually never move back.
Okay. All right. Let's do this. I kind of don't want you to look.
Oh my God. I kind of wish I saw it beforehand so I have better answers.
Yeah, I was thinking of sending it to you.
You should have. I'm very creative, but not on the fly.
No. I want it
fresh. Oh.
Sorry, everyone listening. Okay. All right. Here we go. You ready? First app you check when you wake up in the morning.
What is the first app? I guess, does the messages app count?
That counts.
Well, okay. What signifies being checked? Like I actively go
yeah. I think you actively click I'm going here purposefully.
Instead of just seeing pop-ups and then I want to say maybe messages and Snap. One of those. Sometimes it's weather because I have to walk miles. That's the first thing I do when I wake up. So weather. Yeah. Let's say that because we're more sophisticated.
So I think what I do, let me envision my morning routine. I probably check if we're let's take notifications out of the picture. So if you don't see a notification, what do you go to first? I think mine would be emails.
Oh, what are you, an adult?
I have 3 accounts that are actively used. I don't like that at all. It's like my personal, then my school, and then my teaching one. So I either have messages from students, messages from my teachers, like announcements, and then everything else is on that one. Just casual. I'm a pretty busy girl, so just say a prayer of thanks that I had time to
Thanks
pencil
for penciling me in.
This weekend was all for you. Everything's on the back burner.
Oh God, yikes! I'll leave.
Don't do it. Wait, here's one. First broken bone?
Never.
Wow, never have I ever.
Oh.
This weekend?
Oh.
That's a good one. Oh, we can use that against
Plans
Teddy.
to break a bone.
We can use that against Teddy in King's Cup. Never have I ever broken a bone.
Oh, yeah. I'm so bad with making those. I always go for something wild and then nobody's ever done it. Never shot a guy in the heart.
Puts one down. Calls 911.
Press a silent button under the couch.
Locks door. Okay. This one's good because I don't want to hear. I don't want to hear it.
I
I don't
don't
want to
want
hear.
to-
I want to hear more. First foreign country you ever visited, but also I want to add to that, like, what was your favorite foreign destination while you were
Flying.
flying? Mhm.
Mm. My first. Okay, so we're Filipino Americans. Does the Philippines count?
That's the only place I've been to, so that's what I was gonna say. Yeah.
Because I want to say that was the first foreign. I mean, unless you include like a stopover.
It was Korea on the way.
Yeah, that'll always be soft spot in my heart.
A soft Spartan.
Soft Spartan. There was a really soft Spartan in Korea.
I just had to touch him. He was in the Korean skincare aisle.
Oh well, you gotta, you really can't judge the people that are
That is true. He was a model citizen.
But I think the Philippines was the first,
Mhm.
and that wasn't even until like middle school.
Mm.
Yeah. So,
Oh.
we didn't really do too much, but I want to say, because since I'm based in Boston, we only have European destinations.
Mm.
Um,
Can I guess?
yes,
Okay. Was it Amsterdam?
yes,
That's your
one of the.
favorite?
Oh, my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, it's the one I'm most familiar with.
Yes.
All the other all the other foreign places that I've been to, yeah, like that's the one I visited most. So it's really the one I have the most memories of.
Okay. Is there one you hate?
Is there one I hate?
Like a stop where you're like, oh, I hate having to do this route.
Not abroad, but I also never really did a lot of abroad trips, international trips. Yeah, not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
TBD.
TV freaking D.
You planning on going back?
Like to work?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I go back in September.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
That was actually kind of like, oh, how long has it been since?
On April 9th, that'll be my 3-year anniversary.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh.
But only flew for half of it because of COVID.
Oh, COVID.
Good old Cove.
Good old Cove. Hold on, I need some
That's
coffee.
okay. Well, I go back and forth with it now. It's so easy to say that I don't want to just because I'm not flying right now. But then I start thinking of all the good times that I have had, and then like, well, I would be dumb to throw such a unique opportunity away. But
True.
I go back and forth with it. Okay, that's not the question.
No, that's okay. Keep going. That's what this is for.
No, it's like I'm like, is it even a good reason to hold on to it just because I know other people would want this job? Like, it would be me throwing away. But at the same time, if it's not for me, it's not for me, no matter how I try to twist it.
Mm-hmm. And that's on period. I
God.
tried to say it without laughing.
God.
I'm not a millennial.
Oh, God. Get out of here.
That is kind of like a theme. Like, if you shouldn't, at least in a perfect world, you wouldn't consider like the plight of others that would influence your decision to go back or not go back. But you've got time.
I got so much time.
We got time.
And it would be dumb of me to make a decision saying I don't want to go back when I haven't flown in over almost a year. Oh no. I last flew in August, but
okay.
It would be dumb to make a decision when it's been months since you've done it.
Yeah, super rash, Abby.
Super rash. Kind of like a baby whose diaper you haven't changed in a while. Very rash.
Yeah, like for a week.
Oh,
they just
swampy.
Swampy? That's going to be a new name in my phone. Swampy. Okay. God. Will this relate? You would never. Well, just your first makeup item. Just say it. God. This is interesting for you because you've never been a makeup wear. Yeah. So I guess
don't
what was
know,
the
lip
first?
stackers?
Yes. Those were pretty yummy.
The only thing I can really do is eyeliner.
Oh, eyeliner was probably one of mine.
Yeah.
You want to know? No, I know what mine was.
What?
This is so embarrassing. It was my mom's. She got roped into buying a Bare Minerals set.
Oh.
Yeah. So what I would do, I would watch those. Now that I think of it, this was probably the beginning of my makeup obsession. Like, she brought home the little 3-step system, freaking tap, swirl, and buff. and swirl, tap, and buff. And then this, like, I would wear, we were still going to the YMCA, and I would wear like 3 of those powders like to the gym because there was like some cute guy or something like that. Yeah. I'd do like sit-ups and like I would wear, it was called Warmth. And it was a bronzer that was way too red for me.
God.
Oh no! Like,
you think you're looking real hot, but you're actually looking the other kind of hot because you have like sweat trailing down. All the colors are mixing.
And it was so red.
And it was all red.
It was all red. It probably looked like blush.
Oh God.
Oh, I love this one.
Okay.
Your first ever tape or CD? I know what mine was. I remember what my mom.
Oh, okay. So when I say that, my brothers, they burned a lot of CDs, right? So that those don't count.
Those don't count.
Ones that we had that we listened to a lot, but didn't, like, they weren't ours. That doesn't count. Like, they were my parents' CDs that I love. Like, those don't count.
Those don't count. Yours. Yeah.
So I remember the day that because like Sunday Sam's Club.
Oh
visit
yeah.
That day. Yeah. It was. There were 2 because it came in a 2-pack. It was the Lizzie McGuire Metamorphosis and the Hilary Duff's Metamorphosis, and then Lizzie McGuire, the Lizzie McGuire movie soundtrack. They came together.
Oh,
those were our first ones.
Wow.
Yeah.
Mine were, what was Beyonce's first album?
Oh, I don't know the name. I see
the
cover.
The glitter. Like this. I need to look it up.
It's like cool? Blue and she's wearing silver.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God. That's for the okay. Dangerously in Love. 100%. That was it. And then, oh my God, I was so excited to go to FYE and pick those out.
Oh, for your entertainment.
Yes, I got Beyonce and then Ashanti.
Oh, Ashanti.
Yeah. We could sing a chorus song here. You know?
Oh, my
Can we talk about
will
that?
not be
it will not be unveiled. Okay. Oh, ooh, I like this one. My first car.
My first car.
I miss my
R.I.P. Tito.
We miss you, Tito.
Oh,
R.I.P.
he was a green 2000 Honda CRV, and that is what made my love for mom cars.
You switched over because I distinctly remember your whole family, Honda family.
Yeah.
And we were Toyotas.
Yeah.
She made the switch. But all Japanese.
Same
fam, one purpose.
Well, Schmidt said something like, he's like, one. I don't know. Again, anyways. I shouldn't have even pursued that. I didn't know where it was going.
Mine was my baby blue Betsy. Actually, did you know we went through like 3 or 4 cars before?
You did?
Yeah, before I had
the dark blue one.
Yeah, before I had the Corolla, my dad was trying to. This was a weird moment in our lives, but we tried out a not a Corolla, a Camry, and the seats smelled so weird. It was like I couldn't even hide it with air freshener because my dad tried to get me that one, and then we returned it. I think it was a used car. Then I had a green BMW.
Oh.
For about, it was like a 2001 for like 3 days. and my dad took it back. I don't know why. I don't know why.
Did you want it?
I wanted it.
Yeah.
Yes, it was leather, light gray.
Oh.
No, it was like light beige seats, and I was like, "Dang, I'm styling." I don't know why we returned it. Maybe it was too expensive. And then my
Along came Betsy.
Oh, I like that. It was from my Lola Felly. She lived in Orlando, and she would only commute to work, which was 2 minutes away. She lived in Orlando ever since she came to the States, and then she ended up wanting to go back to the Philippines, so she let us have that car.
What a classic. I still remember that picture of me in like the green with the no shoulders, and you're just like...
maybe I'll post that one for
yeah,
That's one of my favorite photos of us.
Oh God, we had so many card photos.
We did. Do you remember seeing your portraits together?
Yeah, me in that Wonder Woman peplum dress.
Oh man, no, I need to post those.
Oh God.
I remember I have 3 photos that are on my wall of those. Did you take some too? Do you have any like physical copies? Because I thought we split the pack.
I don't know if you know this, but my apartment.
Oh my God, I forgot.
I'm just kidding. But yeah, I think I did.
Yeah.
I know. Oh. Yeah, I think they were like somewhere in an album. Not an album, but like
a keepsake thing.
Yeah.
Ah,
yeah.
Jeez. I'll take a picture of the ones we have. We look so young.
Oh, babies.
Actual babies. I remember the photographer, I was making some like weird face and they didn't include that. They said, like, you don't come to a photo shoot to look like a troll.
They said, waste my time.
She's like, I don't get paid $3.99 an hour for this.
Oh God.
No shade to photographers. That's sorry. Okay.
Belittle a whole industry.
Jesus Christ. Your first celebrity crush.
I don't know. I didn't even used to really be like that until we had our One Direction.
Me neither.
Yeah, I never used to be like, oh, that guy's hot.
For my passwords, you know how I have to make it kind of complicated?
Yeah.
When I was in a boy crazy phase, and if you look through my personal Instagram, I used to have grids of like all my boy crushes, but I made my password, it was the first and last name, and it combined all of my favorite guys into one name. Do you want to know what it is?
What?
I think there were 7 guys.
Oh God.
It was Benedict Summer Prudels Jr. Do you want to know all the guys who were in there?
No.
Brendan Urie. Brendan Urie. Benedict Cumberbatch.
Oh yeah, that one.
Ian Somerhalder.
Oh God.
I'm Team Damon or die.
God. I'm Team Get That Show Over.
It's still going. So, and then Summer Prudels. PR. Chris Pratt.
Oh,
I love Chris Pratt. And then the Ood is Callum Hood.
Oh,
I miss Callum.
Baby Callum.
I still love that name.
Callum,
yeah.
I love the name Hood. What's up, Hood?
And for the life of me, I can't remember who the Ols is. Ols. It's someone's last name, but I don't remember. But I know
Harry Styles.
Duh!
Idiot.
How did you know that and not me?
Oh God! I was like, I knew it was. It had to be somebody from One Direction. You didn't include anybody from One Direction prior to that.
That is true. God, how did I forget that?
I know you better than you know.
Mm-hmm. And then
Guys
the junior. The junior was Freddie Prinze Jr. because I was on an old school romance movie.
Freddie Prinze Jr.
He was in Scooby Doo. Who's the hunk in Scooby Doo?
Shaggy. And here today we discuss our childhood cartoon kings. Ruh-roh.
We don't want that. No, sir. Your first ever mobile phone. I know what mine was.
Oh, I had a Nokia. Like good old Snake and...
Oh my god, the answer on this one is one of those Nokia house bricks, which was only useful for playing Snake.
Well, there you go. All my answers are on this thing. I'm sure you don't need me anymore.
Mine was a Nextel. My parents got us all these matching gray bricks, and we would walkie-talkie each other wherever we went. They're like, it saves a minute. Dude, that crap was so obnoxious in public. Like you would know someone's trying to get at you. We'd like do group walkie-talkies.
I remember.
Jeez.
We straight up had walkie-talkies at first. That was when I was first allowed to go out into the mall by myself.
Oh. Reflections.
These are my reflections.
Okay, remix. Your first fear. Kind of deep.
I'm not scared of anything.
Just that hard.
Fear itself.
Jeez.
Oh God.
I'm excited for people to hear your voice.
Why?
I feel like we sound alike.
I mostly just laugh.
I know, but we kind of talk alike.
The only way
this actually has been a recurring parabola. But for my last one too, I didn't know that it stopped. Actually, I didn't know that the mic switched to my computer one and it sounded bad. But basically, her first fear is fear itself. Our first internet activities were...
Oh, I didn't answer that. You said...
I said Happy Tree Friends and Homestar Runner.
Yeah, I don't know.
She was victimized by Gabe.
No, but that wasn't my first internet activity.
Bought flies.
Bought flies. That wasn't even me on the internet. It was my cousin. Freaking like DisneyChannel.com having the games on there and Cartoon Network and then Nickelodeon.
I do miss that.
Do you remember the Kim Possible, She-Go?
You know?
Or no, not She-Go. She-Go's trying to attack Kim, but they show you like what outfit she needs, and then
Can I tell you something?
Oh God, you didn't.
Yeah.
Oh wait, yeah, you didn't watch Did you not watch?
Yeah, Teddy's baffled by. Well, he grew up with sisters, but I mean, I would get made fun of when my brothers would come home from volunteering, and I would have Disney Channel. You're such a girl. That's gay. That's why I grew up with freaking wrestling and stuff, because I was looked down upon to watch Disney. Shout out to my brothers.
Can you smell what The Rock is cooking?
I can. They can't. I think that's all we skipped. Oh, but we both worked retail for our first jobs.
Question. Yeah, what was your first job?
Cotton On, Aeropostale. Rewarding. Kids will work.
All right, now we're caught up.
And both of our first languages are English because we are first generation swine.
Synonymous.
I wish I learned. Do you wish you learned?
I thought there was going to be more to that sentence. I sure do. Because my brothers had a hard time learning it when they came from the States because they're like 10 years older than me, right? So at that point, my parents were like, oh, it's probably just going to be easier for you guys to learn English. And so then by the time Elaine and I could read, my mom bought us a dictionary and a thesaurus, Filipino English dictionary and thesaurus, and gave it to us to read, and then that was that. Yep, that's what my ninang did. And we were like, how's that supposed to teach me? I read it. Like, I was like, all right, aardvark. How does that help? Oh, God. Ooh, first musical instrument. Not applicable. None? Not even the recorder? Oh, yeah. I thought you meant like that I played. You were a uke person, right? Oh, yeah, I do. Every now and then. Yeah. I still have the same, like, 3 songs.
We were wannabe YouTube. Always learning songs. Jam sessions.
Not
What a
gonna lie,
time.
beginning of quarantine, it was me and my uke.
Yeah.
Riptide.
Oh God. Oh, same for me. No, guitar was my
Recorder?
first.
Not guitar before
Oh.
recorder. Oh, in 6th grade, I played the flute.
I never knew that.
Yeah, for a semester.
There is stuff I don't know about you.
Oh God.
Wow. Mine was probably a recorder. Not that it was only because JE had it. And I learned how to play Mary Had a Little Lamb.
Hot cross buns?
Hot cross buns?
Dun, dun, dun. Wait.
Oh, nope. Mine
No?
was Mary Had a Little Lamb. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, first pet?
It was
Was
a
it?
dog. It wasn't Pudge.
It wasn't Pudge?
No. He was very reactive dog.
Oh.
I forget how, like, did we get it from the pound or did we get, I don't know. Is the pound derogatory? Is that like a derogatory phrase? You don't hear it anymore.
You don't hear it anymore. I think
Maybe it just has a negative connotation.
I think it does. Yeah. It seems like, is it? It's not punishment, is it?
The
Kind
pound?
of. Yeah.
I just think, because if you think of the pound, it's just like a bunch of wild, mean dogs.
Yeah, like that.
Desolate.
You call the pound when
Yeah.
something bad happens.
So it's probably just like a shift in view, because now people say like rescue.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah,
I like that.
So yeah, I think it was a rescue.
Mm-hmm.
He was a German Shepherd, and he quote unquote ran away on my 5th birthday, but I think my parents had somebody pick him up. Yeah.
You had that too?
Yeah.
My parents did that for one of our dogs. It was a Chihuahua. Aww. His name was Neo.
Neo. Mm-hmm. You're the gentleman.
Keep your hat on. That's disrespectful. Send me to myself. The year of the gentleman. Oh, God. We were having an intimate moment. I didn't need to know about Miss Independent.
Oh God.
Oh God. But yeah, like, we were debugging the house because we had a bunch of fleas. Did I ever tell you this?
No.
We had an infestation of fleas. Oh. We had to wear high leg socks like every day in the summer. And we think that it happened because my Lolo and Lola, we went on vacation. They stayed at home. They let the dogs run around and they couldn't catch them and bring them back in. So they were outside for a couple days, unless just to eat in the pool house. And when we came back, we were like, what is going on? We would have bites all over our legs every week. So I think, like, Mom, Dad, correct me if I'm wrong, but we debugged the house. So we had to be out of the house for like 2 hours or so. My mom or dad said, like, oh, like, we'll keep Neo in the cage and what's it called? We'll pick them up after we go to the mall. And then when we got back, they were gone. They're like, oh, he ran away. Oh, no. I remember I was traumatized for like months after that. I thought I would hear Neo barking like in the in the neighborhood, and I was like, did someone steal him? And I would cry. Yeah, but I think they gave him away. So sad.
I don't know what they did with Hercules. That was his name, Hercules. Yeah. Oh no, he was I think he was a rescue, but my aunt and uncle, they took him in, I think. And then my parents, it was already arranged that we would have them, or we just liked him so much that they let us have him. And then maybe he gave him back to my aunt and uncle, and then they rehomed him. But, okay. Yeah, Hercules. They said, but it was my birthday. We had gone out for like dinner or something, and we went to the backyard, and he was gone.
Is that a common thing? Do parents do that?
But it must be hard. I mean, we took Miles in, and it was easy to have resentment about it, but like the mom that gave me and Dale, or that Dale and I got Miles from, I mean, it was really hard for her to be giving away a dog that
her family loves. Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Do we want to think about that right
No.
now? No.
See, I told you guys, Janine would be crying with her.
Moving on. Your first piercing, and when did you get it?
I got it. My earlobes.
Yeah,
I wasn't a baby. No, It was. My parents wanted to wait to see if. Wow, they were kind of woke. Like they wanted to see if we wanted it.
Oh,
yeah.
That's go parents.
But that's the only. Yeah, so they wanted to. They waited to see if we wanted to make the choice to have our ears pierced.
Okay.
And that was.
Thanks, Mom.
Yeah.
Giving me the choice. Not. Just kidding. I would have wanted them. So I was girly.
You can't remember them.
Yeah.
So
didn't hurt. Yeah.
Good old piercing pagoda over here.
I like this next one.
Oh God.
My first tattoo.
Tell it.
Me?
Yeah, tell it.
It's kind of foggy to me, but I know we got it together.
It was I bought it for your birthday. It's a good old show called
It
Gossip
is.
Girl.
Anyone ever heard of it?
Heard of it.
Our standing. Do I agree with it still? Yeah, I think so.
It's funny to have a story.
Yeah. We identified closely with Serena and Blair from Gossip Girl because we were so full of drama.
And we had the money.
So randomly, we were at UNF. We were like, we get a tattoo.
No, was it in college?
It was definitely in college.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh God, how embarrassing!
Right?
Oh, we were freshmen.
We were freshmen. So we got on our lower abdomen. Abby's kind of makes sense. It's a B, and I call her B.
Yeah.
But mine is an S. And everyone's like, what does the S stand for? I'm like,
you suck, man.
Slut. Okay, so these next few are I might skip over a few, but okay. My first thought today.
Miles is crying. I get so hyper aware of it whenever I'm around people. If we're at home, sometimes I let him cry it out. Mm-hmm. Just because sometimes I know he woke up, but he could go back to sleep.
Yeah.
But if either I have people over
mm-hmm.
or if I'm elsewhere with him, the first sign I hear of him crying, I'm like, all right, we gotta go outside.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Miles is her dog.
He is my puppy. My big 55-pound puppy.
He's a puppy. What was my first thought this morning? I think it was
Miles trampling you.
Oh God.
I'm dead.
I think that was. The first book you remember reading.
Oh, there's this book that nobody seems to know, but it was a banger. It was a very frequent read for Elaine and I. And it's called Knock Knock Terramok, and it's a kid's book. Just about, I don't even really remember exactly what it was. It was like they came and knock at the door to see if any of their friends are home. I don't
That's
really.
That's kind of cute.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
I don't remember what mine was. It's probably the only one that I can remember is Rainbow Fish or something.
Right? Oh yeah, good old if you feed a mouse a cookie.
I do remember that.
Very
# childhood. Love it. First concert ever attended?
It was a red jumpsuit apparatus concert.
Really?
And it was a benefit. Oh, this is taking a dark turn. But it was free. It was a benefit because red jumpsuit apparatus, I think they went to Orange Park High.
Oh.
Yeah, so they had a benefit because the dark turn being, I think a girl got abducted. And so it was an awareness concert.
Wow.
Yeah.
How old were you?
I was maybe middle school.
Mm.
No, maybe younger than that. Yeah. Oh, well, let's say middle school. But my brother took us, me and my sister.
That's nice.
Yeah.
I think mine was my godbrother was in a band.
Oh!
Yes, Dancel.
Yeah, good old Dancel.
Oh, I missed
I
that.
didn't really listen to them. But everybody was talking about them.
Really?
Yeah.
Like in your circle?
Yeah. Well, Lane and Quickie.
How? Really?
Yeah.
How did they know them?
Well, no, like everybody knew them or knew of them.
Okay.
Yeah, they were pretty.
Wow.
Our age range, yeah.
Yes, that is true. That is true. I was so stoked because Sherwin would burn me like personal ones and he would like doodle on the CDs.
That's cute.
I know. It made me so happy. The first person you talked to today? Me.
Probably you.
Probably you. I'm so special.
It wasn't a good conversation.
The first text you sent today. Go get it. I want to know. I'm going to see what mine was.
Let's see.
Mine was to my recruiter because she needed to know that I was getting my modules done so we don't have to delay my job start date. Because I have to be professional or whatever.
What was mine?
Here, come closer.
I was planning because after I go back home, I'm going to visit a friend in Baltimore, and we were just making plans.
Okay.
Baltimore sound.
We actually are kind of almost done.
Are we?
Yeah, somewhat.
Okay, we can make some up.
Just wing it?
Yeah, just wing it.
Is that what you're implying? What's the first? Oh, you kind of already answered. The first thing you do every morning is walk Milo.
Yeah.
First thing I do every morning is if I'm up before Teddy, which is usually the case, I will feed Mia. If he feeds Mia first, the first thing I do in the morning is make coffee. Yeah. Coffee before everything.
I've been trying to be good. Well, it doesn't seem like it on this trip, but I've been really good the past like month or so with washing my face in the morning. And so I've been doing double cleansing in the morning too. So yeah, so
Your
I'll
skin
turn
actually
on.
looks really good right now.
Thank you. It's because it was freaking out like a few weeks ago or last week or the week before because trial and error of skincare.
It looks so smooth. We'll mask tonight too.
Mask on.
Unless we're too drunk.
This is a possibility.
High possibility. Actually, is there a possibility for you after last night?
I don't know what happened. I was fine last night. I mean, aside from all the times that I had to come accompany you to the bathroom.
Wow. More on that later, maybe.
You don't want to hear about that here.
Oh yeah, you don't. That'll be on the black market. I don't know what this implies, but the first thing I do when I get home.
Yeah,
like coming home from work.
Yeah, like toss your keys somewhere, unlock the door, turn off your car.
The first thing that I do when I get home, when I'm in the house from work, I guess, take a shower. Yeah. What about you when you were working? Same?
Yeah, just about the same. Take off my pantyhose.
Yeah.
Pantyhose are like, honestly, there's such an old-fashioned thing, because the reason people wear pantyhose is because they want your legs to look nice.
Oh.
Like, if people didn't shave their legs, you'll see it. Like, they want, like, youthful-looking legs.
Is that the history behind it?
Yeah. So your legs look attractive. Isn't that so backwards for, like, today's world?
Yeah. Why is that not advancing? Or why
exactly.
Is that not
and they're
moving
so
forward?
Constricting. If you wear them for a long time, and there's always like the thighs are reinforced just because chub rub and everything. So the material feels rougher. So if you're in them for a really long day, which mostly our days are like 17 hours of wearing pantyhose, like it hurts. You start getting a rash. Yeah.
Dang.
So take off my pantyhose would be the first thing I do when I got home from work.
Nice. We have 2 questions left. Ready? I want to hear about this because I don't remember this story. The first time you ever got drunk. Or if anything, like your first memorable, the one that you can remember.
I don't remember the first time. The first, well, that's not drunk. I was gonna say tipsy, and that was when I worked at Boiling Crawfish, and then it was my last day. And then there was a regular at the bar, and then my boss told him that it was my last day, and he bought me my very first shot.
Wow.
And he and I took it together. It was a shot of Fireball.
Dang! Do you
And
remember?
just a shot was enough to make me tipsy.
You remember when we were in that phase? We're like, I'm never gonna drink.
Oh my! Such prudes.
We were.
Baby Abby and Janine were such prideful prudes.
We were like, we would never stoop to that level to have fun. But a lot of people were like that.
Alcohol.
Yeah,
I get drunk on life.
a lot of people from back home, like they didn't drink alcohol and
Yeah.
they wouldn't look down on other people, but it was always like a personal, like, oh, I don't drink. And now, is that something that you just grow out of?
I think so. Like you see why.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
yeah, now it's just
like you grow up and you're like, I'm never gonna steal, but then you come home with gold-plated jewelry, or not jewelry. I'm sorry, that was really loud. Gold-plated silverware, or like cups.
Via Vecchia. I'm sorry. That is true. Well, last one. This kind of goes. It doesn't go hand in hand, but I think for me, when did you go to your first party? Tell me about your first party. Because I wasn't I think both of us were. We weren't really high school partiers. Yeah.
The first one I remember wasn't until I got to USF. But so I transferred when it was the second semester of sophomore year, right?
Mm-hmm.
So people are starting to get into their programs. They finish with prerequisites and then go into their actual degree.
Mm-hmm.
And a few of our friends, because bunch of Filipino friends, nursing. Yep. So they got into their nursing programs. And so that was the first party. There was I was greeted with a shot of Fireball. And then one of the girls who we were celebrating, she had a fanny pack on.
Mm-hmm.
And I go and I hug her. She whips out a double cheeseburger.
What?
It was the greatest thing I had ever seen in my entire
That's amazing. You've never told me about this.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's pretty legit.
Wow. The first party that I remember at UNF, again, a bunch of Filipino people, all those Asians. It was a decades party. Oh, yes. Do you remember this? Do you remember pictures?
No.
Oh my God. I had a crush on, I don't think any of them will say anything, but no, I'm not going to say names, but.
Do you have no descriptors? Or... No, that's fine. You can tell me later.
But I went and it was decades and I was wearing, I was wearing Lily's denim vest, which I think I still have.
What?
And yeah, it's in my closet. I never gave it back because I'm the worst. But yeah, I think it was at Drama Sejo's house and a bunch of even JE's friends, like high school friends and all that. And got That's super fun. Drunk. I think Carol Vo had to take me back to my dorm and she helped get me out of my clothes and oh my God. I'm having a flashback. This is just, I can't believe myself.
Did you throw up on her?
So, no, I didn't throw up on her, but I was so embarrassed because I did throw up at the party. I was in the bathroom and the guy that I had a crush on was helping me. He was holding my hair or something, right? And I was so insecure and I was so embarrassed. Like he was holding my hair, but I was like, I thought that I looked ugly with my hair up with my outfit. So I was like trying to like take my hair out of a ponytail, and he was laughing at me.
Aww.
And he was like, "Why are you trying to put your hands in your hair? You're throwing up. Why are you trying to do this?" And like in my head, I was like, "It's because I like you. I want you to become pretty." Yeah.
So you wanted him to think you were pretty while you were throwing up.
Exactly.
Because there was still the hope that you think you're attractive. The hair falls. Oh, shoot.
Now he doesn't think I'm pretty because my hair is. He later went on to be a creep, and like I had such a big crush on him, and we were spending time in a dorm, and things were getting heated, but he didn't want to kiss me. He just wanted.
Who's the prude? I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
But that's pretty much that.
Aww.
Yeah. Do you have any traumatizing party stories like that?
No. I get very self-conscious. Yeah, I don't.
You don't.
I've never blacked out. I've never blacked out.
I think I blacked out that night. People had to tell me that I did that.
Yeah, I'm mom friend. I always end up helping clean up.
I'm fake mom friend.
What? Oh.
Because I tell people that I'll take care of them, and then I get plastered, and I can't help anyone. Why am I the way that I am?
Oh, you know, I'm pretty sure all of our friends are wondering that too.
I always tell people, I'm like, I wonder, well, you just said. I reflect on it. I feel like I've asked you before a lot, like if we went to the same college, like after, would we still be friends?
Wait, like, so if you and I didn't know each other till college?
Yeah. We would have been in different groups, I think.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
didn't really hang out with the Asians.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all I did.
Yeah. Which is, it's not an oxymoron, but it's like, it wasn't expected on both of our parts, I feel like. Because,
I was so quiet.
You were so quiet.
Yeah. I was really only the way I am, like with you and then Elaine. Mm-hmm. And then always like Elaine's sister or Gabe's cousin.
Yeah.
So
it's hard to ditch that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like, no one that knows us, I feel like, would have expected you to fall in with
the crowd.
I said it. Oh, God. I said it. But then, weird for me too, like to fall in with country. I won't say. I can't go that far.
You can't disrespect your people.
I can't. Not at once.
Oh, God.
Losing followers.
But now you guys know how she feels about you. Oh, God.
I love you all. Little trip down memory lane, you know?
TV freaking tea. Any closing remarks or anything to then pick in your brain? Question. How deep are we trying to go?
As deep as you want, that's what she said.
Just probing. Probing question.
Give me one question, and then we got to get ready for dinner.
How do you feel about? Oh, this isn't like quick though. I was gonna say like recent events.
Okay, hold please. So what is this deep thing that you want to ask me to conclude our time?
To conclude, I just wanted to check in because this is stuff that I feel like I want to practice more in is checking in how you feel about like recent events. Like there's like all the anti-Asian like like that. That's why I was like, how deep are we trying to go? I can make a new question if you want. No. How do you feel about popsicles?
Good. Bye. No, that's a great question. Yeah. Because I don't know because I tagged you in a post on Instagram since we just went to that. Since I just went to that bookstore. And I listed what's it called? I think it was, let me pull it up because I don't know. The next book that I'm reading, it's called A Little Life by
Oh, it's the one with like
Hannah.
the big ones?
Yes. Oh, not those ones.
Oh, I see.
But the library book that I read. Let me see who it's by. And the reason why I chose that was because I wanted to start reading more Asian American Pacific Islander authors. Yeah. So it's by Hanya Yanagihara.
Good try.
Yeah, thank you. But as in like checking in stance, I'm all right.
Yeah.
A little unsettled.
Yeah. Have you experienced anything like with the uptick or like with COVID in the past year or so?
No. Check you out interviewing me.
You're welcome. Welcome to my podcast.
Oh no.
My name is
Abigail
Galang.
Between the Lines.
I was like, just stop clapping.
No, I haven't, but it's been running through my mind a little more recently. Like, I kind of pride myself in feeling comfortable wherever I am.
Yeah.
But part of me for the past few days has been thinking like, I shouldn't get too comfortable.
Yeah.
Like, no one ever really expects to be singled out that way because I feel like, oh, hello. American Pinoy boy?
Yeah.
Okay, we're almost done, Dale. But like I feel like I feel privileged to have been considered as, a valued minority. Which is, I don't know if that's problematic, but that's what goes through my head. Like as I was younger, I prided myself in being like, oh, I can hang out with this crowd or I can hang out with this crowd because I don't really have a label. Like people, like, this is just a blunt way of how I used to believe, but like Asians can be with any crowd that they want. Like we have freedom to choose. And I think coming out of high school is kind of when I became, hi Mimi.
Hi, you.
It's kind of when I became who I was more accepting of myself.
This is a bad idea.
Sorry. Mia, I'm sorry. That's okay. Mia, you got the snorties. That's our other puppy. Sorry, honey. But yeah, I think I've mentioned that in the podcast before. Like when I was coming out of high school, that's when I realized that I kind of am just myself unapologetically. Yeah.
It's just weird. That's all people see.
Yeah, that's the baseline. But yeah, I haven't experienced any like outward hate or yeah. You should tell them about when you were in the grocery store.
Oh God. I'm surprised you remember that. Yeah.
I'm feeling myself boil with rage. Like if I have like daydreams about if people were ever to single out like my family or like my parents and do some violent crap because I will turn into that.
Yeah. And you have the stature too. You're tall.
I'm very tall. I could tackle someone and ground and pound them and that's my thing. Like that's been my thing forever.
Yeah.
Like if you
people probably know that. They get that vibe from you.
And I think that they know that too because of my brothers because they're the same way. Yeah. Like if anyone messes with like my best friends or family, they will catch
a cold
death. Spike their drinks with influenza. Yeah, but yeah, wait, tell them that story, and then also I want to check in with you too.
So it was interesting not interesting. It was not interesting. It was not okay. But so it wasn't. It kind of was directed at me, but not. So I was in Walmart. This is like when everything was shut down. And people were only ever out if they like needed stuff, and so I needed some toiletries, and then like because you know how supermarkets had aisles, like you can only go one way. So I was there, and then it was like it was during the daytime, and there wasn't a lot of people there, so I was trying to get something, and there's like a Walmart worker, and then he was there for a really long time. I needed what he was working right in front of. He was like restocking or something, and I tried going to like other aisles and waiting for him to be done, but he wasn't, and it was the last thing I needed. And then I asked if I can get by him, and then he let me get whatever I need. We had just moved into the house, so I was getting house stuff, and yeah, so I go, and then like I needed something in I remembered I needed something in an aisle that was like near him, and so then I heard him venting to another coworker about how I shouldn't, like, my people shouldn't be out and about because this was like because COVID was our fault. So I proceeded to go to my car and cry because Dale was deployed. He had just left. He had just deployed, and yeah, I was just like, I didn't know it. Like the end, I was numb from the time I heard him till I go and like I paid. Like I was on autopilot. Not a thought was in my brain till I got to the car, and I was like, Jesus. Yeah. So there's that.
How are you feeling right now?
It's a little confusing.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah, like do you talk to your parents about anything really?
Once, because my cousin Tina, she's a very vocal advocate about, stop Asian hate and everything. And my mom's been seeing her posts. So my mom called her mom and they talked about
interesting
all of that. And my mom was like, oh, so did you know Tina is, you guys have to be careful and all that. I was like, Mom, you have to be careful.
Yeah.
And I'll let you continue about how you're feeling, and then I'll want to tell you one more thing.
So it's just interesting because I was actually talking to another friend about this. So it's inspiring to see all of our friends speaking up, and at the same time, like, so the reason I ask if you talk to your parents is because my so Elaine sent out a text, right, to everybody in our like me, my brothers, and then my parents saying like, hey guys, just be careful, like wherever you are, if you need. Oh no, it was just that. And then my mom said something along the lines of, well, luckily I can like, I feel privileged to like, she did say that. She was like, luckily I can pass for like Hispanic or something, so I won't necessarily like. Isn't it strange? Like,
yeah, that's a strange response to that.
Yeah, and so pretty much like downplaying everything, and like my brother was. I don't want to put it on blast. You
don't have to. You don't have to.
But yeah, so basically, our like their generation as Asians are taught to like keep your head down and stay, like take it and just let it pass, water under the bridge. And so like at the same time, so as inspiring as it is, it just feels weird as an individual to be like, what do I do? Like,
yeah,
I wish, I was like loud enough to like really, but then if I just care so much about what people think. It's so bad.
No, I do too.
Yeah, so like
it's a very because I remember you were the first person that I talked to intimately about when the Black Lives Matter movement was coming about. Like navigating that was a different thing. Now this is a different thing too. Yeah, I sometimes I keep my head down.
Yeah.
I do, and you're right. Like my parents, if you ask my mom about it today, she would say something like, Anak, you know the Lord is in control about any of this, so as long as you pray, nothing will happen to you. But that's not really that's the case, but also not.
Yeah.
Because yes, things are out of our control. And say that we were a victim to something like that. Like, I don't know. It's so, I've always been in the mindset, which is terrible of me, but like seeing all the crimes and all the families being affected, it's so heartbreaking. And
Yeah.
I am kind of just, it makes me angry.
Yeah.
I try not to let it, that's the thing. Like I usually, if something's upsetting me, I shut it out. Like I don't
Yeah.
want to see more of it.
Yeah. And it's a kind of a luxury we can afford.
Exactly. That's what
Yeah.
Teddy and I were talking about. Do you think it's problematic to let that, I call it privilege, like affect, our stance or how we present like our
Like kind of
viewpoints
like
on it?
be like we have the privilege
To be passive about it, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Do I think that's problematic? Is that the question?
Yeah.
I don't necessarily. It's hard to call it problematic because it's problematic if something bad came out of it, but the worst case scenario is if you don't say anything, nothing's gonna change. Like, you know what I mean? It's not like there's a direct consequence to like be. I think it's more. I don't know. Maybe this is just reframing, but I don't see it as problematic, but I do see it as something to work through. Which is why I ask, is because I want it to be better. It's something that I can more openly talk about.
Mm-hmm.
Like coming here. I mean, I got here at like 1 a.m, so you probably like you don't remember, but I was wearing a shirt that I got from an arcade. It had Totoro, but he was Godzilla. And there was like Japanese text on it. I was just about to walk out the door, and I was like, I should probably change my shirt because I was driving through New York. Dude, I thought about it a lot on the way here. I was like, how crazy is it that that's something we have to think about right now? Is I changed not just to another shirt, but I changed to a shirt that said I was a U.S. Air Force wife.
Wow.
Yeah, because I was driving through New York, so I was like, what if I have to stop? And then
that
like
makes sense.
people see me, and
I'm getting kind of sad.
yeah, it's an interesting life we lead.
You're correct in the assumption that this was going to end in tears.
All right, guys, I did it. It only took a little.
Thanks for
over
listening.
An
I need toilet paper. No, yeah, that's
yeah.
So that's also been an issue for me because, like, well, I have a very small platform, but I've had a couple comments being like, "Oh, why don't you talk about this?" or "Why don't you talk about this?" The reason why I wanted to read that book too is because I was going to make a book episode and kind of talk more about this kind of stuff. But I remember recently, do I say it? Yeah. I wanted to have one of my Black friends come on and talk to me about this stuff, and I was, granted, I am not a journalist. I'm not someone who does extensive research, and kind of the reason why I didn't end up doing that, well, one, because I asked and I didn't get a response.
Yeah. Okay.
Two, I felt like I don't feel educated enough to like speak on that matter, because I don't want it to all just be emotions.
Yeah.
And like, oh, but this is what I saw here. When like really the only research or things that I'm exposed to is social media or bigger newspaper posts that are on my phone. Like, yeah, sometimes I feel like I toe a line between wanting to be more proactive and also wanting to keep safe and keep, preserve the life that I live now,
which again is
a privilege.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's that.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
God, we're leaving on a deep note.
Oh, guys. Oh, what's your worst habit?
I leave things open. Teddy hates it. That's actually, I'm happy it ended this way.
Yeah. See, it had substance.
It did have substance.
Guys,
it wasn't
deep.
You were deep, dude. Maybe we'll call you back and we'll have a whole discussion on. My friend Tina, I had her. She's Chinese, and we kind of dabbled into this in our episode. And she was like, "We need to do a whole episode about like, growing up AAPI and what our lives were like. And
you should.
Should we?
Yeah.
Like a roundtable talk?
Yeah. Multiple people.
Multiple people. Yeah.
Yeah.
We've got a lot of Asian friends,
Yeah.
Stay tuned.
ABGs.
Labels. I know that's
You're
said
right.
it.
We're the problem.
Like this podcast if you think we're the problem.
It's a lot of likes.
It is. We'll put a pin in that. That was a great, that wasn't shallow. We went kind of deep, but just kind of like a taste of what could be in the next few episodes. Would you be open to do this again?
That's me doing a taste test.
I wonder if they hear Miles. Also, share this podcast if you hear Miles.
What if they don't? Nobody's going to share it. Okay.
Do you have any, we're headed to dinner sometime soon. Do you have any last inspiring words or like something you want to leave the audience with?
Yes. So I told you how I finished rewatching The Good Place after listening to The Good Place podcast. And the host, the guy who plays Sean, you didn't watch it.
I did.
You did.
First season.
The guy who plays Sean. You know him.
Yes.
He asks the question, what's good? Like he asks that to their guests. So it could be like Jamila Jamil, she replied, spooning. Spooning's good. Okay. A lot of them did charities. A lot of them did.
Amazing.
Yeah. So what's good?
What's good is living in Portland. Breweries
we're
about to go
to.
Portland beers. That's what's good. And also spending time with my besties. Good. What about freaking you? What's good?
What's good? Oh God, I feel like I talked about Miles too much on this podcast already. That's assumed. I also have a cat. She's good. Being able to come, not everybody has a cat. I talk so much about, or I use the word luxury. I just keep throwing that out there, but I do believe it's a luxury. I can fly.
Yep.
I was able to pack up the animals and come up here. So I kind of, oh God, this is gonna be sappy.
Say it. I want to end it.
What's good?
I want you to make me cry.
You want me to hurt you?
Hit my soft spot real quick. You know it.
I think having the strength to reach out and be with loved ones, whether it's just because or for some reason, I think that's good. Sometimes it's hard, You're like, oh, I don't want to bother them, especially as Asians. You don't want to. You're growing up Asian, and my parents weren't very social. They just because they didn't want to
no weaknesses.
Yeah, they didn't want to disrupt whatever anybody else had planned. So.
Yeah,
so that's good.
That's good. Well, thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me. I feel special.
I love you.
Illy.
Thank you guys for listening. And I might recruit your help to do a more Asian podcast. Called the Asian podcast.
That's it.
We'll do another one soon.
Bingo, bango, bongo.
Bingo, bango. Don't you stop the tango.
Oh.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.